Goals, 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 goals. I got goals.
I got goals. I got goals. Who got goals? We got goals. He got goals. She got goals. No, we got goals. I got goals. I got goals. Who got goals? We got goals. He got goals. She got goals. No, we got goals.
Darkness, everybody, darkness.
All right, STL's Hip Hop and R&B. 100.3 The Beat, Say the Dark Secret. Of course, I got my friends here, the Wellness Wheel, Dr. January, Ebony January in the building. How are you? Let's make sure the sound man ain't
right.
There we go. Sound man was sabotaging something.
Right.
How y'all doing?
We're great. How are you, bro?
Awesome. Nurse Sheila here as well.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the Wellness Wheel.
Wow. Well, the Wellness Wheel is a podcast that we do over at CBS Radio where we talk about all the different aspects of wellness. We talk about physical, financial, emotional, spiritual, environmental, and our guests that we invite on somehow add to that wheel in multiple ways. Most of our guests will touch on that wheel in so many different ways. So we basically do it in an effort to help educate the community on various things. You know, both Sheila and I are big into fitness. Obviously, I'm a physician, she's a nurse, but we completely understand that the wellness, an idea of wellness is a will. And, you know, you have to somehow fulfill each part of that will in order to be well. So our guests contribute to that will.
Now, how did this concept come together? What prompted you guys to do this? And then take
That's a good question. I love that question. Because what I found out, Dr. January and I are very, like she said, both passionate about this. What we found out is that your life is like a wheel. So if there's one part of that wheel that's not fixed, your will won't work. So we wanted to include so many different aspects because people just look at physical. So if we're in school and we have one subject that we're working on and we focus on that one subject, the other subjects will fail. And so we created this wellness wheel so that we can come in and bring to our community different people in wellness. We can bring in financial wellness people. We can bring in mental wellness people. We can have someone talk about spiritual health because depending on, it doesn't matter what your spirituality is, we want you to be able to know there's a higher power. And so with that higher power, what do you believe in? What is your belief? What is your strength? What brings you into knowing that you're not alone in this world, right? You know, so that's how we came up with that. And I think it's an awesome concept because so many people that we know, even in fitness, may just work on their legs, and you know how that's going to look. Right?
Or the upper body.
Right, or the upper body, and then the legs looking like me, you know.
Right.
So we just think that just bringing in a variety of different people in our city, not just our city, but worldwide.
Sure.
You know, we got people from California. We had
Arizona.
so many awesome people, motivational speakers that touch all over. You know, so we can bring in so much and then, you know, create a wholeness.
Absolutely. So with obviously it being 2017, I know everybody's not on the, you know, per se the resolutions and
right.
all that, but more so on just, you know, maybe a balanced way of approaching life. What would you say to people who are like looking for the motivation or even looking to be inspired maybe in a different way, maybe one that they haven't necessarily thought of in the past? What would you say to them?
Well, you know, one, you know, you talk about goals and New Year's resolutions. I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions at all. I don't feel as though goals need a start date. I feel that goals need a stop date, but to just say, you know, I'm going to start here, no. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a day that you need to take advantage of. Every day is a day that you need to be working on you in order to fulfill your, you know, to write your book, to write your story. So, you know, many people find influence and motivation from various different things. You know, and so sometimes you have to watch TV. Sometimes you have to go to Google. Sometimes you have to watch YouTube videos. Sometimes you have to go to church and also just look at the people around you. So you have to find, one, your passion, and then two, find influence from people that are positive, you know, who are really, you know, have influenced you in the past to really, really, really start reaching towards your goals and working on them every single day. You know, I call New Year's resolutions Monday the sequel because everybody wants to start on Monday. Everybody wants to start on New Year's resolutions. Everybody wants to start after their birthday. But I am huge in that you need to be working on your goals every single day. Every day that you wake is a blessing, and every day that you wake is a second chance to start on those goals. So I encourage people to find influence and positivity. There's so many negative things in our community, that people really focus in on. Start getting that out of your life and focus on the positivity. And that's where people find influence, and also looking inside to find your passion.
Okay. Well, Nurse Shirley, I know we're going to open it up real quick and see if some folks in St. Louis, want to talk to us. So,
yeah, we love to talk to people.
Yeah. 314, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
314-556-6100. We're going to say.
I was just going to say, when we're talking about New Year's resolution, that statistically speaking, 95% of people by January the 15th have fallen off. So we don't want you to think of a New Year's resolution. We want you to think of your intentions. Like Dr. January is a perfect example of her intent. I mean, of all people, she's delivering babies in the middle of the night, but she got time to work out. Why? Her 24 hours is just like anybody else's 24 hours. What's your excuse is what I want to ask y'all. Call me in and tell me what your excuse is, because I need to know what your intent is. What your why? Give me your why. Why are you losing weight? I mean, don't even be on a diet. That's only temporary. We want you to realize that this is something that you're going to have to say, I'm going to do, not I must do, I will do, I'll start on this day. No, we want you to realize that you need to do this for you, for your future. For your life, for you to feel better. I mean, we're medical people. We can prescribe medication. Well, she can. She can prescribe some medication. If I do, you might get in trouble now. But she can prescribe you a pill to make you feel better, but you can feel better within yourself.
Absolutely.
You can go out and take a walk every day for 30 minutes, and you will feel so much better. Those endorphins start kicking in. You'll feel like you can run the world, so.
There it is. Well, we're here. The Wellness Wheel is in the building. 314-556-6100. We're going to talk to you next.
Darkness, everybody, darkness.
All right, so STL's Hip Hop and R&B is 100.3 The Beat. Osei the Dark Secret. The Wellness Wheel is here. Nurse Sheila and Dr. Ebony January are my guests, and we're just talking about we're talking about 2017 essentially. All right, and coming out of Kanye, we need to talk about mental health for a minute. Make sure that we get an understanding, right? So mental health being just as important as everything else. It's really trying to get everything in alignment. Any advice for individuals as it relates to mental health and what that means, and maybe what you should be thinking of for yourself as an individual, and maybe even as it relates to maybe loved ones or what you may see in others?
Yeah. So the one thing I will say is, as a population of people, African Americans tend to shun mental disease and tend to frown upon, and when family members are crying out about mental issues and they're thinking, oh girl, you just need some sleep, or you need to relax, when some people actually have medical diagnoses that they need to seek help for. So I encourage people not to just push people away when they say that they need help. When people are crying out, and suicide is on an all-time high now. So when people are crying out, please do not shun them. Show them to the right directions. We Google everything else. We can Google places to get help for people with mental disease, okay? Now, not everybody has a mental diagnosis. Some people are just flat out stressed out, So, what I tell my patients, what I tell people who come to me for advice when it comes to being overwhelmed, is sometimes you just have to take a step back. Sometimes you have to, take a step away from your kids, maybe, drop them off at your mom's house or a family member's house, so that you can take time for you. And even if you're not a mother, even if you're someone who just has a lot on your plate, you have to take time for you. And what that means is going in a quiet room, meditating. I know that Sheila is huge on meditation, and an hour of quiet time, an hour of letting go of your problems, and really focusing on you and focusing on a higher power is something that a lot of people can benefit from. And finding ways to relieve stress. Some people turn to drinking, which, it's not a great thing. Some people turn to smoking. But exercise, like I said, meditation, swimming, Those are all things. Going out with your girlfriends, whatever you can find to take away from those stresses. It's very, very important that you can go all day long, but you're going to reach a breaking point, and so you have to find peace, whether it's prayer, meditation, working out, or what have you.
Okay, so if people want to get in touch with you guys, what would you suggest? How should they get in touch with you?
So they can email us at wellnesswill314@gmail.com. You can email me at Dr. EJ Bootcamp. That's DOCTOR EJ Bootcamp@gmail.com.
So hopefully this is going to just be the first of many.
Absolutely.
Wellness. Yeah, we're going to keep the wheel rolling.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
love that.
All right.
We appreciate you even giving us time to talk to our community.
No, absolutely.
We've been so passionate about reaching out to our community about being healthy. And like Dr. January said, with mental health, we do tend to kind of shun away from that because Black people are like, you ain't crazy, you know,
right.
You just need this, you just need that. But people are actually breaking down. And me working with the kids, you know, my passion is children. I'm a pediatric nurse, school nurse. I see it every day and night. You have to put in powerful words to these kids. You know, we spoke with Billy Blanks, my favorite. We all started with Billy Blanks, but we had an interview. We interviewed Billy Blanks here. Thank you, Lorenzo, for bringing him here in St. Louis. But we interviewed him. He spoke about the most powerful thing, and we were just both looking like, okay, what's the most powerful thing? Words and what we say.
Yes.
When we can damage our children for life. There's so many different people, motivational speakers, that talk about how the words that were said to them, you know, a lot of them had to be in special ed. Billy Blanks had to be in special ed. Les Brown had to be in special ed. I mean, Billy Blanks had a condition where he saw the words and he didn't realize what that was until he was 40 years old. He was dyslexic. Les Brown, he was in special ed, and one person told him that he has greatness within him.
Yes.
And so when we talk to our kids, we need to let them know, and adults, that you need to take out time for yourself and be grateful. Being grateful is like
huge.
The best medicine.
Yes.
Being grateful and just sitting down each day and saying, what am I grateful for? And not just saying I'm grateful for the sun outside. Be more specific. You know, get in tune with your feelings. Sit down and you know, whatever spirituality you have, embrace that. Breathing. We don't breathe right.
Yeah.
When we were babies, we used to breathe in through our nose. Our abdomens would come out, and our abdomens come in. We stop breathing that way. We tense up. So as you tense up, you start getting stress. And stress creates a lot of diseases. Stress creates a lot of problems. And the most
Hold on, Nurse Sheila, because I know we're going to have them log on. Okay. I need them to get in touch with you guys. Give them the website again.
Okay. Our email address is wellnesswill314@gmail.com.
Okay, wellnesswill314@gmail.com. And, of course, the podcast.
Yeah, and so that also you can check out our podcast on our YouTube channel, which is Dr. EJ, DOCTOREJ, is a YouTube channel, and also on the Podomatic app. Just type in Wellness Will on the Podomatic app, and we'll be on iTunes very soon.
There it is, man. It's 100.3 The Beat.
Question is for Miss Nurse Sheila.
Miss Nurse Sheila.
And the question is that I just wanted to know, when you're doing turbo kick, like if you're doing, say, maybe a 20-minute session of turbo kicking, how many calories can you burn?
All right, Miss Dana, thank you for calling in. So turbo kick is very high intensity.
I can't hear.
Oh. Just a moment.
Keep talking.
Okay, so can you hear me now, Dana? Testing. Yes, Dana, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
That's an awesome question. So turbo kick, I've been doing this for quite some time. I love kickboxing. I love punching. And so aggressiveness, you know, like Dr. January says. But for turbo kick, for 60 minutes, you can burn at least 800 calories. 20 minutes, we have a session called HIIT training, high intensity training. With that, you can train for 10 minutes and burn up to 30 minutes of calories.
Wow.
So it depends on your intensity, and I can turn it up. So I can show anybody how to do that HIIT training. Dr. January and I also incorporate weight training, which will build muscle, and muscle burns more calories. So that's an awesome question, Dana.
Well, that is great. That sounds great. Now, I have someone else that has a question for Dr. January.
Okay.
One moment, please.
Yes, I'm 88 years old. My birthday will be February the 4th. I'll be 89. And I want to know what kind of exercise can I do?
Well, happy early birthday. That's number one. Number two, you can do as much as your body allows you to do, meaning you are allowed to push yourself. You know, everybody, an age does not mean that you have to stop doing certain things or start doing different things. If you're not very active, you can start with what we call non-weight bearing exercises. So things like yoga, Pilates, things where you don't have to lift any weights. You can even do water aerobics, walking. Those are some things that you can start with, and you can build from there. You can even start some weight training, some light weights, and then go from there.
Well, thank you very much. And I have one more lady here. She's got a bad knee. Hi, yes. I would like to know what exercise do I do for my knee?
All right, that is such a great question, and I'm glad that you're asking that question and not allowing your knee to stop you from wanting to, to get fit. So like I said before, you can do non-weight bearing exercises. Things that are really good for people with joint problems is water aerobics. That's really good. Floor exercises are very good as well, but you want to do some weight bearing exercises to strengthen the joints and muscles around your knee. And I also recommend something called a foam roller, which you can get from TJ Maxx, but basically it's called myofascial release, where it's releasing the fascia, which is a thick white tissue around muscle, loosening that up to help build those joints up. So I recommend doing that even if you don't work out every day. I recommend doing that every single day. But what will be your best bet is going down to the YMCA and doing some water aerobics.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Okay. You want to talk? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hold on 1 minute, please. Okay, I just want to concentrate on, I want to talk this for Sheila Cunningham.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm well.
I have a thyroid condition, and so I think it's allowed me not to really lose the weight that I want, but I'm not that, it looks like all the concentration of my weight is in my midriff. So, I mean, if you can, I'll give you $1 million if you can help me lose some weight in my midriff.
Look, maybe I need to answer that question.
Look, Dr. January taking over. She was like, that sounds like a good deal. Well, we'll split it.
We're going to split
We're going to split this $1 million. I think that is...
I'm telling you, if you can solve it for me, I'm sure a lot of other ladies would appreciate it, because I'm finding that to be the case for most women. I look at it, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, everybody seems to have this problem. I mean, they can lose weight everywhere else, and everybody looks pregnant. So, hey, help us out.
Is that shade?
Right, exactly. Well, you know what, that is a big concern.
It doesn't have to do with age, I don't think, because I see a lot of younger women with fat stomachs now.
Well, it's a lot of things to do with your physical your movement, and our kids today are not moving. They're sitting around, they're laying stagnant, and our bodies were meant to be in motion. And so what happens is what they're eating processed foods, so you have to look at their eating habits, their sleeping habits. You have to get 8 hours of sleep. For kids, it's even more. And so people want to say my abdominal area is bigger, but there's several reasons. And for you having a thyroid problem, there's hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. And so estrogen and all of your different hormones have something to do with it. Not only do your thyroid problems have things to do with it, but I don't want you to use that as an excuse. You have no excuse. Do not accept what the doctors are saying. Your body, your food that you're eating is like medicine. And if you start out doing exercises that your doctor approves for you to do, you'll start seeing improvement slowly. Take it slowly. Eat right. Sleep right. Get your mind together. So that wellness wheel that we were talking about, that's so true, because creating a balance in your wellness is very important, because if you're mentally, emotionally drained, then your body starts producing extra fat around your abdomen to protect you. So your body is doing some things to try to make you healthier not so much healthier, but make you like they're trying to correct something. And unfortunately, when you're not eating healthy, you're not mentally healthy, you're not physically healthy, then your body is thinking, okay, let me store this fat. This person is going to be sitting, somewhere, and I need to make sure that they're, sitting up and they're full and they're fine and they're fat. So you need to get up and you need to start mentally get up, get out. And mentally telling yourself that you can do all things, and stop accepting.
So you would suggest I start with the diet or the exercise first?
Oh, you're gonna do all those together.
Okay.
You're gonna start eating healthier. You're gonna start exercising. 30 minutes. 30
Is there a way
minutes.
that I could get with you or Dr. January that could help me put me on a program of some type?
Oh, yes, Dr. January has her own program. She can talk to you about that. But we're going to get together and we're going to do something for the city. Dr. January and Nurse Sheila will have a answer and question session with you guys, and we'll also have a workout session for you guys. We'll have people coming in to talk to you about nutrition. We'll have people coming in to talk to you about exercise. All these things. We won't stop today. We'll continue. We'll set up a date. We'll let you guys know about it, and we want everybody to come out and join Dr. Ebony January and Nurse Sheila and the Wellness Wheel. So, Dr. January, tell them about your text coaching program.
Well, first, if you want more information about the program, you can email me at drejbootcamp@gmail.com. That's DOCTOREJbootcamp@gmail.com. But I have a text coaching program because what I found is that most people only eat once or twice a day. And people think that not eating is beneficial, for weight loss, and in essence that's not the case. Like Nurse Sheila said, your body's trying to correct something when you don't eat all day and when you abuse it, not getting enough sleep. Your body will try and hold on to things. Your body will try and store fat. So that's why most people have that midsection. Me being a gynecologist, I see a ton of women, young and old, with that midsection and those thin legs. And that's just because they're waiting all day to eat. And when they do eat, they overeat and they don't eat the right things. They eat, lots of sugars, lots of carbs.
Right.
And, and to answer your question about midsection, abs are made in the kitchen. Period. And so you have to change what you put in your body in order to flatten that stomach. Young women do a lot of drinking, so they have that midsection due to that, and bad eating as well. So you want to decrease sugars, increase the number of times you eat per day, increase green vegetables, fresh and frozen, not in a can. You want to increase water intake as well, and you want to increase protein, chicken, fish, turkey, not fried. And those are the things that will help you to decrease that midsection, eating every 2 to 3 hours, because as we age, our metabolism takes a hit. The estrogen levels goes up, the cortisol levels start to go up, and so the things that we need to do in order to fight that is that we need to get on a good eating regimen, eating every 2 to 3 hours to help.
So you suggest something like, for instance, if you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, like for instance, your first meal would be a small portion of maybe greens or salad or something, and then the next 2 hours, greens and salad again or something like that?
So like greens, protein, and you can eat carbs. Carbs get a bad rap, but you need that. And that's, in essence, that's why people overeat eventually, because they're not putting the right amount of carbs in their system. They're waiting all day to eat carbs and that they burn all day.
So you have good carbs that you could eat too.
Yeah,
sweet potato is a good carb.
Sweet potatoes, excellent. Sweet potatoes, jasmine rice or basmati rice. Everybody wants to eat brown rice, and that's cool, but at times it can be hard to digest. So things like basmati rice and jasmine rice, those are good grains that you can use.
What about yellow rice?
Yellow rice is okay, but I would prefer you have basmati rice or jasmine rice.
Okay.
But you also want to get a protein. Protein is equivalent to weight loss.
Okay, protein.
Those are good questions. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry. I did just want to ask this, Dr. January.
Sure.
You were talking about protein. What about these protein shakes? Because I am a woman who is
On the go.
about 5'11". I'm about 210 pounds.
Okay.
I have a lot of health issues. I have kidney disease. I got diabetes. I got some things going on.
Yeah.
However, I've been doing a lot of muscle milks to try and put the protein, because I, however, fall in the category that you just said. I'm one of those people who eat once a day, and then I carve out on that one meal.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to do things differently with my life because I just made 50 in December. So
well, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm on a total new journey, and fitness is definitely the journey that I have to get on. I've had friends over the years trying to push me, and I haven't. Anyway, but so what I really want to know is, are these shakes any good for me? The muscle milk, the protein shake?
One, put the muscle milk down. Okay, muscle milk has way too many calories in it. That's for men who are like really trying to eat big, get big. Not for you're a nice sized woman. You're 5'11", you're not super overweight.